Welcome back, watch fans. Today we are doing a kind of a bit of a, I guess, a little bit of a collection overview. I've gotten everything out. Really just kind of more doing it for myself to articulate some ideas about, kind of what we've put together, where things are evolving. And as you can see, this is really a 70s and 80s heavy collection. That is my taste. It is kind of a matter of preference. And I'll kind of go through these one by one. We got some Rolex. We got some Patek Philippe. And then we have the two-tone tabernacle. That's the Audemars Piguet, and of course you gotta have the Rolex. So let's go through some of the ideas. First up, this watch is the oldest in my collection. I've had this quite a long time, 20 plus years. Let's see if we can get the little bit of a reaction. So this is a new dial. Rolex date probably 1978 circa bark. This is the bark bracelet version. I've put this on a strap, and there is a vintage 18 karat buckle. Those are actually kind of hard to get now. I think the dial is beautiful, and I really like this on the strap. It's I find that I'm really kind of getting a little bit tired of the flashy Rolex gold, especially the yellow, even the rose. It's a little bit, the bracelet, all the metal. It's just a little bit too flashy, I think. A little bit too much bling, of course. Then we get into the turnograph. This is not an original Rolex buckle. This I picked up a few years ago, also on a bracelet, and of course, it's really one of my favorite watches. As you can see, the bezel, perfect condition. Sunburst, beautiful sunburst dial, I believe early 70s. And yeah, let me just dust off this dial so you could see that sunburst. Now, these watches are not on a winder, so unfortunately I have not been keeping them timed. But let's see, two of them actually have been wound up yesterday. Let's see if they are keeping the correct time. And which one is it? I forget which one is wound. Okay, so let's go into the Patek collection here. Again, this is the Ellipse 1972. Beautiful sunburst dial. Let me dust that off. These are dust magnets. The light is not perfect for getting this sunburst, but yeah, this is a beautiful watch. I actually bought this from a seller in Japan. It's original condition. Here is the newest Patek in the collection, and here we get a beautiful, beautiful sunburst. Again, lighting is not ideal. Since I believe I gotta get the extract from the archives, the Patek archives. I gotta order that. I believe this is a mid-70s watch, and I love the thin crocodile, alligator, whatever it is you want to call it, bracelet, which is, I think, much better than when it's stitched. Okay, here is really the kind of the main event. Here we go. These are on the deployed clasps. and I have side by side. Two, I would say these are really modern designs. 3940 perpetual calendar. Classic, just an incredible design. Probably my favorite watch. I've not been wearing it because I've been a little bit more in the outdoors lately, and it's not a watch you want to beat up. It's pretty good condition. This is relatively new. This is the travel time, and I'm not. I'm kind of, I don't know, I got mixed emotions about the travel time. I got mixed emotions. The watch is a little bit big. Actually, I need to wind this watch, so let me see. This one needs to be wound. Yeah, this is again. This is a manual wind. Is this one ticking here? Yeah, see this one is ticking. Yeah, so the travel time, okay, so let me just kind of go through, and I have this on a green shark skin strap. I think it's a great design, but this watch, even though I just recently got it, I am going to probably sell it off. I think the values on the travel times are really good right now, and I could probably, make a small profit on it in a few years. I'm going to hold it for a couple of years. I don't really buy watches as an investment. It's not like something where I'm trading, but that is definitely a consideration, and there are definitely watches which, I will. I'm not buying new watches. I'm kind of, careful about the price I'm paying. So ideally, I'm looking at these as an asset. At some point, I might sell some off. So probably in line to be sold off, traded in is the travel time. I think it's a little bit, I think it's a very contemporary watch. It is, the issue I have with it is the case. It's a heavy case. It's what is it, 38 millimeters. It doesn't have that elegance of a 36 millimeter Patek. This really, the 3940 is kind of, I would say, the gold standard. This is white gold, not platinum. Yeah, that watch is absolutely perfect. The proportions are perfect. Once you go into this travel time, the lugs are a little bit big. It's a little bit, just not quite, it doesn't pull off that elegance quite the way you expect Patek to pull off. Like this watch, Gondolo, what is it, 3355, I believe? Anyway, perfect watch. I mean, this is small. It's a 70's, early 80s watch. These are different, from a different era. To me, they're fantastic. They're very light. I have a small wrist. They fit me perfectly. So, but yeah, the travel time, again, that one is going to get traded in, sold off, as is probably the Submariner. Again, this is the Riot, so it's a little bit of a rarer model. I'm not, it's something I just wanted to try it out once. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like, I really don't like that kind of chimsy buckle. It is not as, look, this is a watch from the 90s. Look at this beautiful, beautiful clasp. Really, this Audemars Piguet AP, one of my favorite watches. I wear this as much as possible. Again, the problem is this watch, I don't really trust the water resistance, waterproofness of this watch. So, and I'm a little bit outdoors more, so I'm not giving it as much time, but is it in the right light? It is absolutely, it's just, I think, stunning. The way that AP does their yellow gold, their rose gold is, I think they're the best. I think their two-tone is the best. Rolex, unfortunately, can't quite pull it off. It's not the same. If you look at the yellow gold on the Rolex versus the AP, it's a little too flashy. It's just not quite right. Also, the rose gold. Here we got the rose gold Yachtmaster with the chocolate dial. I think this is one of these future classics. Beautiful bezel. Great. This is finally they're getting it. They're getting it right. I think the watch is great, but not the rose gold of the Rolex. Not as good as AP. And Patek does not do yellow gold or rose gold as good as AP. I mean, I think they really, that's kind of something they're really good at. So here we go. This is a little bit of a overview. Let me know what you guys think of that. I am probably, excuse me, I'm almost done with the collection. There's a few more watches I'm kind of interested in. I'm only interested in one modern watch right now. I don't want to name that watch because it's a bit of a hot item. I'm not usually one for these hot pieces, but I don't want to kind of this, I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it until I'm able to get it. No, it is not Richard Mille. That's not my taste. It is a Rolex, I will say that. I'm not going to say which model, but hopefully you'll see it in a few months. It is a slightly obnoxious watch, but it is of the moment. I do want to have one watch which kind of is a contemporary watch of this current time period. I think it's always fun to have something which is of the time that you're living in. I mean, these watches are all from, the 70s, 80s, a little bit before my time, or actually into the 90s, but I did not buy these until recently, except for this, which I bought in 1998, I believe, 1997. One of my first watch purchases. Of course, I bought it used. In terms of value, this is, I think I paid about $6,000 for this, $6,600 if I'm mistaken. And, again, I think I talked about it before. The reason I bought it was that, a new stainless Daytona was like $10,000 at the time, $9,500, and I thought, wow, I can get a gold date for $6,000. Why would I buy a stainless watch? Of course, the Daytona was the smart money buy. I'm not a fan of the Daytonas. Again, I'm kind of more to something which is a practical purpose. So, these watches have timing functions. You can kind of, I like a moon phase calendar, and again, I like rotary. I like the rotary calendars. Which is why I traded in. I got rid of the 5396R that you saw in the previous video. I traded it for this 3940. Was it a good trade? I don't know. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to know what that 5396R is going for today, because I think that probably went crazy. The market on that watch has gone absolutely nuts, probably. But again, that watch was a little bit too large. It's also it was 38 millimeters, really just like this travel time. I think the only difference is that the travel time is a little bit more of a casual watch. I can put it on this type of strap. It's a little more of a fun watch versus that annual calendar with the baguettes. I don't know, it was just a little too, so I can wear this watch loose on the wrist. The other one didn't quite fit. And again, I think Patek should stick to 36 millimeter case size. That is the classic. And yeah, I'm hearing that these small dials, small cases are making a comeback. So that is pretty good. And that is it. So probably adding one more watch. Maybe I would add I'm a fan of the Ellipse. Again, this is a variant of the Ellipse. It's 1970s. I am looking for an Ellipse in a, I think they call it a, I think they actually call it a baguette, the TV dial maybe it's called, but no date. So that is something I'm looking for, 1970s. If anybody has one, please contact me. And what else? I am looking for a Rolex model, which I'm not going to discuss on here. But I will probably be trading in the Submariner for it when I do get it. Although I don't know, the problem with the Submariner, even a basic, this is kind of a basics Rolex. These things just keep increasing every year, so it's kind of like, they compound at roughly 5% a year. And I don't know, what are you getting on your money right now in terms of a, safe asset? I mean, the bank's not paying anything, Treasury's not paying anything, so I think it's a pretty good bet, 5%, and you can actually use it. It's really hard to sell a Rolex, I think. I mean, it's really, because what are you going to do with the money? I mean, pretty much every one of these watches, I could sell today and get my money back and, make a profit with it, actually. So maybe, even the travel time, which is kind of recent. But yeah, so the bottom line is, again, I'm buying these things really to enjoy, to use, but definitely I do keep an eye on the market potential, which is definitely something that you should keep an eye on. And buy these watches used wherever you find them. And there you go. So let me know what you guys think of that. Leave all your nasty comments down below. And I will see you all on the next video.